All right, welcome to this explainer. If you're an executive or a professional trying to scale up in today's fiercely competitive digital economy, well, you've probably felt it, right? A shift. The old growth playbooks, they just aren't hitting the way they used to. So today, we're diving into a highly effective, data-driven strategy that top-tier UK companies are quietly using to totally outpace traditional marketing. And they're doing it by building the one thing you literally cannot fake. Which brings us to a really fascinating paradox. Why do some UK businesses actually grow faster without ads? It's kind of wild to think about because we're all conditioned to believe that whoever throws the biggest budget at social media ads just automatically wins the market. But let's be real, consumers are tuning those out faster than ever. So if these fast-growing service businesses aren't leaning entirely on sponsored posts, what exactly is their secret? Well, the core philosophy driving this whole shift is incredibly simple, but absolutely crucial. Trust is no longer a soft brand value, it is a currency. We really need to let that sink in. In high-stakes UK sectors, like finance, law, or healthcare, trust is the ultimate hard business metric. If a potential client doesn't inherently trust you from the get-go, they just won't transact with you. Honestly, no matter how clever or punchy your ad copy is. And here's why. We are seeing the intense skepticism of the modern UK buyer in action every single day. Before they even think about picking up the phone, they're basically running an FBI-level background check on you, literally. They're scrutinizing Google reviews, they're hunting for press mentions, verifying your brand's presence on credible independent sites, and intensely comparing you against competitors. They absolutely do not want a sales pitch. They want to discover your credibility for themselves. Section 1. The secret weapon revealed. Media partnerships. So if your customer is out there playing detective, how do you make sure they find undeniable proof of your authority? Well, the answer is strategic media partnerships. Now, what does that mean? Basically, these are collaborations between your business and established media platforms. We're talking news websites, digital magazines, podcasts, and industry blogs. So instead of interrupting someone's day with a pop-up paid ad, you are stepping onto a stage they already respect and pay attention to. And the engine driving this entire strategy is this really powerful concept called borrowed credibility. Think of it kind of like a VIP pass. When a law firm, for instance, gets interviewed on a really popular legal podcast, they aren't just getting eyeballs. No, they are actually borrowing the trust that host has spent years and years building. The audience subconsciously thinks, hey, if this respected host trusts them, I can too. It's an immediate, incredibly powerful transfer of authority. Section 2. The anatomy of trust. All right, so how exactly does this all work behind the scenes? Well, it really rests on 5 main pillars. First up, you've got third-party validation, which instantly proves you're legitimate. That naturally boosts your search engine visibility, and by the way, those media backlinks are absolute gold for your Google ranking. Over time, these repeated appearances build a much stronger brand authority, which facilitates that emotional trust transfer we just talked about. Add it all up, and you are building a rock-solid, long-term reputation. Now, just consider the stark contrast between the old way and the new way. Traditional paid ads? Well, that means you are just renting attention. It's temporary exposure. And the fatal flaw there is that the second your budget dries up, you completely vanish. Media features, on the other hand, are like owning premium digital real estate. It is earned trust. An expert article stays online permanently, basically generating compound interest in SEO and credibility long after it's been published. Section 3. Real-world business impact. Okay, theory is great, but let's look at reality for a second. Take this UK-based finance training institute. They realized they couldn't just keep outshouting their competitors with expensive ads. So instead, they executed a targeted digital PR campaign, partnering directly with business blogs and news portals to publish thought leadership. And the result? Their Google rankings spiked within weeks thanks to those high-quality backlinks, and they built deep credibility way faster than paid ads alone could ever do, right in the middle of a seriously cutthroat market. And the tangible bottom-line result of all this? A massive 2 to 4 times increase in inquiries. Honestly, this completely shatters the old myth that PR is just some soft vanity metric for brand awareness. No way. It is a hard, measurable growth engine. When a prospect fully trusts you before they even reach out, the sales friction practically just disappears. Section 4. The ultimate growth strategy. So here is your ultimate takeaway from all this. If the media trusts you, customers will trust you faster. It's that simple. In service-based industries where your expertise is literally everything, media partnerships are a verified, proven shortcut. They provide the credibility, the search visibility, and that undeniable authority that modern consumers absolutely demand before they spend a single dime. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this one thought. In a digital world where attention is incredibly fleeting and consumer skepticism is just at an all-time high, take a close look at your own strategy. Are you still just temporarily buying ads, or are you actually building a permanent trust engine? Remember, in today's economy, trust is the only real growth strategy. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.